Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. And don't forget Pat Gray Unleashed, sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your data is your business. Protect it at expressvpn.com/unleashed. Do we also have Jeffy with us?
Hey.
We do also have Jeffy with us.
Happy Friday.
Oh,
Happy Friday.
Couldn't be any happier, could it?
No.
No.
No, Pat, my friend, it couldn't.
I made the mistake of listening right before the show. We're always prepping right until the last second to make sure we have every available piece of information to send to you, our precious listeners and viewers. But I was watching a clip of Gretchen Whitmer.
And why would you
Michigan.
do that? Why would you do that on a Friday morning?
Just unbelievable. She is so hideous.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a good word.
And she was being interviewed on The View, of course, and they're so hideous. And
again, why are you doing this?
They were making the point that has been completely discredited and disproven, that the protests in Michigan have been so racist. Do you know that there's even been swastikas displayed at these? Yes, swastikas and a noose. Yeah, that's right. Comparing you, Gretchen, to a Nazi because you're making everybody do things they don't want to do. You're oppressing the people of your state, and so, yes, the Nazi comparisons come up. The noose was something to the effect of, it's the only cure for tyranny, is that you kill the tyrants with a noose. It wasn't anything racial. It wasn't anything misogynist. And somehow they're misogynistic, too, these protests. Misogynistic? What?
I know. I love her too. As she gets backed up against the wall, so she's like a little kid with. Well, if you just keep complaining, we'll just keep it closed longer.
Yeah. You're gonna make this be prolonged with your behavior. We believe in free speech in this country, right? And that's what you're trying to suppress. Don't you see that? Yeah. That's what they're arguing against. Is your suppression of their speech and their ability to assemble.
I wonder if the mass exodus from blue states is going to just hit warp speed now after this COVID-19 era that we're living in.
It very well may.
Because people are seeing...
I'd like to say yes, but...
No, well, people are seeing...
don't come to Texas, though. We don't want you.
That's true. Do not. The roads are closed. You think there's no roads between my house and Pat's?
Right.
There's actually... They've closed all roads into Texas.
From liberal states. Mm-hmm. You just can't get here.
And don't try to sneak in through Oklahoma. Oh, look, I'm really from Oklahoma. No, we know.
Because that's the first thing liberals do when they leave a state is because they left it, they must have had some terrible situation there or, they had a better opportunity somewhere else. Then they do all their damnedest to make the new state just like the one they had to leave. It just doesn't make any sense.
Does not make
Sounds like a
zero sense.
Frivolous Friday, everybody.
Yes. This is all such frivolous stuff.
I
don't know. And then, I keep reading all of this stuff about sports and baseball. We had a baseball pitcher from the Rays. Mm-hmm. What's his name? He won a Cy Young a couple of years ago. He won the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. It's over there in the stick.
Anyway, he says...
Blake Snell.
Yeah, it's not worth risking his life at reduced pay.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, but
you want to hear him talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not splitting no revenue. I want all mine.
Wait, does the music play during the whole thing?
Bro, y'all gotta understand too, because y'all gonna be like, bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Bro, I'm risking my life. What do you mean it should not be a thing? It 100% should be a thing. If I'm gonna play, I should be getting the money I signed to be getting paid. I should not be getting half of what I'm getting paid because the season's cut in half, on top of a 33% cut of the half that's already there.
Okay.
So I'm really getting like 25%. On top of that, it's getting taxed. So imagine how much I'm actually making to play. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I ain't making.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And on top of that, so all that money's gone, and now I play risking my life. And if I get the Rona, on top of that, if I get the Rona, guess what happens with that? What? Oh yeah, that's in my body forever. That damage is not going to be like the damage that was done to my body. That's going to be there forever. Yeah. So now I got to play with that on top of that. So y'all got to understand, man. For me to take a pay cut is not happening because the risk is through the roof. It's a shorter season, less pay. Like, bro,
bro.
Yeah,
bro,
man,
dude,
I gotta,
bro.
no,
Dude,
I
bro,
gotta
man.
get my money. I'm not playing
Bro,
unless I
dude,
get
man.
mine. Okay? And
Okay.
He's not
that's
playing and
just
he's
the
not
way it
lying.
is
He's
for me.
gonna get his money.
I'm sorry if you guys think differently, but the risk is way the hell higher and the amount of money I make is way lower. Why would I think about doing that?
You can't play for $2.5 million a year.
I'm sorry.
Well, I can't
so
expect
in
that.
my head, I'm preparing for next season.
Okay.
And
Wait, you're going to make zero instead?
Right now, but as if I'm preparing for next season.
Wait, what?
Like, it's super weird, man.
Oh, shit.
Right. More Twitch streams for us, that's facts. But guys, I'm just saying, man, it just doesn't make sense for me to lose all of that money and then go play and then be on lockdown, not around my family, not around the people I love.
Right.
And get paid way the hell less.
Way less.
And then the risk of injury runs every time I step on the field. So
you said that.
It's just, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth $2.5 million.
It's worth $0.
It's worth zero.
It's worth zero.
Yeah, it's more.
And that family he loves so much, gonna get $0 income if he doesn't play.
Now he has a contract for $7 million a year, and you want to make that when that's in your contract. But under these circumstances, when they tell you, okay, it's zero, or you can take this, the $2.5 million ish. That he would be making.
Is that what that would be for him?
Yeah. Yeah. I
mean, maybe we could throw in some hazard pay. Nancy Pelosi, she's lumping in all these critical infrastructure jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure baseball player is up there. And if radio's up there, baseball player's got to be up there.
Clearly, this guy missed his calling too. Should have been a brain surgeon because he's got the gray matter for it, doesn't he?
Some people don't do themselves justice.
No, that's right. That's right. And he's one of those people who probably. Bro, just keep it in your inside voice, okay? Don't play, whatever. I don't care. But, maybe you messed up here doing this video. I don't think he won friends and influenced people in a good way there.
I don't know. I'd like to believe that, but I've seen worse.
I mean, so if a lot of players feel that way, there won't be any baseball, and they won't make any money. Does that make any sense? That doesn't seem to make sense to me. I'd rather make $2.5 million than zero. Wouldn't you?
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Are you saying that you're not going to take that? You need to take that back.
So
what about the Rona?
Is $2.5 million higher than zero though?
Yeah, it is. Just slightly higher than zero.
Have we run those numbers by Joe Biden?
No, and we haven't run those numbers by Cardinal Joe Tobin either.
Yeah.
We haven't run them by any Joe, and maybe that's what we need to do.
I can't wait for later.
We did run the numbers of how many people have died and how many people are unemployed past Joe. And here he is deciphering all of those numbers. This is fascinating stuff.
This is not a moment for excuses or deflections or blame game. We're in the middle of a pandemic that had cost us more than 85,000 jobs as of today.
Wait, what?
Lives of millions of people,
billions
of jobs. And we're in a position where
okay, it's billions of people, millions of people, millions of jobs,
and only 85,000 jobs all at the same time.
Well, he does say more than 80,000, so he's right.
No.
Let's go back to the beginning of this.
He says 85,000 jobs, period.
You got to let this soak in a little bit.
Yeah.
This is not a moment for excuses or deflections or blame game. We're in the middle of a pandemic that had cost us more than 85,000 jobs as of today.
You're right, Jeffy.
Lives of millions of people, millions of jobs. And we're in a position where, we just got new unemployment insurance this morning. Numbers.
Unemployment insurance.
36.5 million claims since this crisis began. And almost 3 million new claims in the last week. The unemployment rate is nearing 15%, the highest it's been since the Great Depression. But I need not tell you all that.
No, you don't.
Of course, it's
somebody
the least
needs to tell
well-off
you
or
the actual
being hit
numbers,
the hardest.
though.
Or the day.
40% of the households
What day is it, Joe?
making $40,000 or less experienced a job loss.
That is something else.
That's a man with a lot of
40%.
numbers in his head, and they're going to come out one way or another.
Yes. Yeah, he does know the numbers. He just can't get them out.
Yeah, he doesn't know where any of those numbers belong.
Do you think Blake Snell has filed for unemployment yet? Since he's not playing, right? I mean, he should probably.
He should join the 3 million others that filed last week. 3 million more, almost very close to 3 million. So the total now, not in deaths from Corona, from the Rona, it is the unemployed numbers have shot up by 36.5 million in the last 8 weeks. 36.5 million. Wow. Yeah, and that 15% number is the highest since World War II. So things are not looking good there. But let's just keep the lockdown going. You know,
Right.
people won't be safe if you let them go back to work. They just won't be safe. Speaking of which, the head of Barstool Entertainment
It's a great app.
went on just a little bit of a rant yesterday. This is great stuff. Listen to the logic and see if you can find any faults in this logic.
Okay, Corona rant time.
All right.
Whenever I do a Corona rant, half the people hate me, half love me. We'll see where this one lands. What the is going on? When did this become flatten the curve, flatten the curve, flatten the curve to we have to find a cure
Thank you.
or everyone's going to die?
Thank you.
Like Fauci. Seems like a nice enough dude. I've
No.
always been like, oh, no agenda.
Yeah.
Looks like he could be maybe the grandfather in Wedding Crashers. Gets in front of the Senate. He's like, we reopen the country too quick. Everyone's dead. Where'd that come from? And the LA mayor. We're not opening the city till we find a cure? What? Find a cure? Who says we're going to find a cure? We haven't found a cure to cancer. It took AIDS 20 years or whatever. Do we even have a cure? So the economy's just shut down? All we've heard forever, flatten the curve, make sure there's hospital beds. We're there. Now all of a sudden it's like a 180. This is like taking a cross-country flight, 6 hours. They tell you flight 6 hours. 5 hours and a half go by. They get on the intercom like, oh, just kidding. We have another 10 hours. You can't do that. People have been mentally preparing. We're doing what you ask. We've done exactly what you said. Now you're changing the rules. In some states are open, some closed. LA shutting down, New York shutting down, Arizona's opening, Florida's opening. Seems along political lines. What is going on? And what about people who own businesses and economies and like that? You can't stay closed indefinitely. Imagine working for like a year, 5 years, 10 years, 2 decades, grinding your fingers to the bone to build a business. Barstool, thank God, will be all right. I'm talking about other businesses. People have jobs who've worked their whole lives off to put food on the table, create a happy living. They're just going to go out of business. They're going to wake up whenever this thing ends, whenever the mayors say, oh, you can go back to work. Work to what? Your company's going to be out of business. The economy's going to be in the There's going to be no jobs. How the are you going to pay for your family, put food on the table, all that Like, what are you doing? You got to give these people a choice. If you told me, because of Corona, I lost Barstool, I had to go get a 9 to 5 and start over, I'd rather die of Corona, seriously. Or at least take my chances. I'm not saying everybody would do that. I would. But if I've dedicated 20 years of my life, I don't want to start over. I'll deal with Corona. You can't just make everybody stay inside and basically start over. It's insane. Like, what the do they think is going to happen? At some level, we've done what you've asked us to do.
Yeah.
If you're that scared still of Corona, stay inside.
Thank
the
you.
beds are open.
Yep.
It doesn't kill everybody. I get it. It's not a great option. There are no great options. But you can't just decimate the entire economy. How the is that going to work? We're staying inside till there's a cure? When did that become the game? Who said we're getting the cure? That's not a guarantee. So we're just done as humans? Get the hell out of here. There's risk. We're Americans.
Thank you.
You have to take risk.
Thank you.
If people want to go out, they can go out. If they want to stay in, they stay in.
Ta-da.
We've done what you've said. You can't just midstream be like, just kidding. Flatten the curve, flatten the curve. Cure. What? When did this happen? When did this happen? And it can't sustain. At least we have a chance if we go out with Corona, like Switzerland and those places that just let it roll. We have no chance if you don't let people go outside. This country is going to be donezo. Mm-hmm. No one's going to have jobs. No one's going to have businesses. It's going to be done. It's over. Let me roll the dice and play with Corona, or at least give me the choice. That's all we want.
There we go. That's all we want. Yes. Yeah. And that's a doctor yesterday tweeted out like a list of like a dozen different ailments over the years that we've had to deal with. You know, like HIV, Ebola, so many. And it's like, we have no cure. We have no vaccine for those.
Right.
And we're not bringing society to a grinding halt in the meantime. I mean, this time it's different, and it is a total power grab. And he's right. Yeah, and he said Switzerland. But I saw another article that just said, quietly, in municipalities and nations around the world, the Sweden model is getting implemented. People are just like, yep, you know what? Maybe there was something to this herd immunity after all.
Yeah, because they realize we can't destroy our society to save it. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. We got to destroy our society to save our society. Yes. People ask me, are you saying we got to spend money to go bankrupt? To avoid being bankrupt? I say, yeah, we have to spend money to avoid being bankrupt.
And remember how terrible of a person President Trump was when he wanted to reopen the economy. And he said the cure can't be worse than what ails us, right? And he was saying, oh, let's open up by Easter. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, wow, if only we had done that, right?
Yeah, we needed to. He was right.
Of course he was. Yeah, I mean,
it was just incredible. We were able to lock down. When they came to us, we had already started not going places by the time they said, you know what, let's shut it down. Let's do the 15-day trial, right? Yeah. So we did the 15-day trial, and at the end of the 15-day trial, instead of saying, well, you know what, now this is what we're going to do. You need to be careful. You need to go out, and, we don't want anybody to get the Rona. But, we need to, go back to life.
And Barstool Sports Guy is absolutely right. I mean, we're Americans. And, they've been tracing our phones, tracking our phones and seeing all this stuff. Cities, whether they're on lockdown or not, they're coming back to life. People are moving. Let's put it that way. People are moving. You see how their travel is here, and then it tanks down. And a lot of these places are getting close to getting back to where they were beforehand.
Let me tell you about Brickhouse Nutrition. Unless you plan on self-isolating forever, you're going to need to be around other people again, eventually. One of the best ways to avoid getting sick is to have a healthy immune system all year round. That's why you should be taking Field of Greens from Brickhouse Nutrition. I don't get a lot of nutrition in the food I eat because I skip vegetables. So Field of Greens is what I have to keep me healthier. Every serving, every scoop has a full serving of real USDA certified organic fruits and vegetables, and it boosts your energy and your immune system. Plus, a diet of fruits and vegetables can help reduce your risk of heart disease and hypertension, stroke, even cancer. It's also pre- and probiotic. It's a great source of vitamins and fiber. All kinds of good stuff comes from Field of Greens. Right now, you can also save 15% off your first order when you use the offer code PAT at brickhousepat.com. If you subscribe while you're there, you'll save an extra 10% every single month. Brickhousepat.com, offer code PAT, brickhousepat.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I had some fun stuff on Twitter yesterday from Sabes84.
Oh, well, first of all, you made an appearance on Twitter.
Yeah, I responded to a couple of things. Of course, I'm Mr. Twitter. I mean, it's a big deal, Keith.
You're right. You're right. I don't know why I was so stunned.
Right.
When I saw that.
Either. I mean,
because I saw that and I thought.
Pretty much like every day.
I didn't tweet that.
Well, if it came from me, why would you think
Sure, that's
you tweeted
exactly.
it?
That's what I concluded.
That's a weird thought anyway.
So anyway, thanks for playing yesterday.
Yeah. From Sabes84, what's your Pathead phrase? The one that triggers questionable looks from those around you. Mine is when somebody says, "What's that?" And of course, your thought is, who pays your salary?
Yeah, a lot of people were playing the game under that thread from Sabes84. Let's see. Brian Bukenyi said, maps. Any reference to maps like such as?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Let's see. Mr. Sun Monstered said, I literally had to explain, that's interesting. That's interesting. Is there a number people can call on a conference call today?
Oh, man. Yeah,
Texas Spy Girl says that her husband gets so irritated when she uses that one. Let's see here. Stephen Avery says, I love pulling out, is there a number people can call when they tell me something interesting?
That's interesting.
Peculiar Baptist says, whenever Nicaragua comes up in conversation.
Nicaragua.
Thank you. And let's see. And then Sabes chimed in, when somebody says, I don't know, I usually hit them with, what are you resisting? Lately, it's been the improper use of up and down.
Okay.
To which Janice replied, that's interesting. Is there a number people can call, Ivan? So you guys are having fun, Pat Heads on Twitter. Thank you so much.
And you're welcome.
I told you, man, this has been my curse for 2 decades of knowing this cat over here. So I'm glad everyone else gets to suffer with me.
Some people in New York almost had their suffering ended because a massive chunk of China's failed rocket fell to Earth and just barely missed the city. Wow. If it would have happened 15 minutes earlier, it would have hit New York City somewhere and no doubt killed multiple people. I guess it was a 20-ton piece of garbage.
Size of a bus.
20 tons.
That could have done a lot of damage in NYC.
Yes.
I mean, come on, China. We got it. You hate us. Stop.
Did you see that their state newspaper also warned? Yeah, we're gonna mess with your elections this fall. Yeah.
Really? China's threatening our sovereign elections?
Yes. So
I did not see that.
That's great stuff. So that's good to know. Thank you for caring, China, caring enough to meddle in our affairs.
But is this when we're going to start voting by mail and online now? That's what we're going to do?
It'll work well, won't it?
I mean, China's looking to have some sort of litigation over the COVID-19 stuff, right, against the U.S. Congress and the state of Missouri because of, they said they were quoted as saying they're preparing to take the necessary punishment. Oh, okay. All right. The necessary punishment measures. That's good. Against the U.S. Congress and the state of Missouri.
State of Missouri?
What?
Yeah. And relevant individuals, their litigation over the COVID-19 stuff.
We should be suing them.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Them suing us? And what did Missouri... Do we know what did Missouri do, Jeffy?
It doesn't say in here what they're mad at Missouri about. But,
I'm finding
you can be
this
mad
out.
at Missouri all you want.
It's upside down world.
It is.
Upside down world. Yeah. It's really fun, isn't it? Isn't it enjoyable? Aren't we having a great time right now?
Yes.
So Missouri is suing China. Is China countersuing?
Probably, yeah.
That could be. Yeah, that could be what's happening. New York City's health commissioner blew off an urgent NYPD request for 500,000 surgical masks as the coronavirus crisis mounted, telling a high-ranking police official that I don't give 2 rats' anuses, although that wasn't the word she used. I don't give 2 rats' anuses about your cops. Wow. Monahan asked Barbeau for 500,000 masks, but she said she could only provide 50,000, 1/10 of what they wanted. I don't give 2 rats' anuses about your cops. I need them for other people. Wow. Okay, well, thank you.
That's good. Yeah.
And that was before all of the tactics the police are using on innocent people started to cascade. And New York City seems like it's been one of the biggest abusers of this. The NYPD, I don't know what you're doing. What is going on with the officers in New York City? Did you see? I think she was in a subway. A mother is walking with her child and isn't properly covered in her with her nose and mouth.
And she's got her mask on.
She's got a mask. She's not wearing it the way they want her to. Wow. And watch how they react to it.
Look at this. She's just trying to walk along with her kid and mind her own business, and they won't allow it.
So she's trying to leave. And she got the mask pulled down around her throat.
Yeah, it helps her project her voice more in their face, hopefully. Now, and look at this, man.
5 cops surround her.
And take her down. Because she was trying to walk past them.
In front of her child.
And she did not initiate contact with her hands or fists or anything like that. She had her hands full.
Right.
This is repulsive.
So they are literally doing this because she wasn't properly wearing her mask. She had it. She just wasn't wearing it the way they wanted her to.
Oh, my goodness. America, what are you doing?
That's just like, I'll never forget the time I was wearing a seatbelt, just not the way they wanted me to in New York City when they pulled me over and gave me a ticket.
That's right.
Because I had my left arm over the belt. I'm wearing my seatbelt. No, I'm sorry, sir. You have to have it covering your shoulder.
I mean,
what?
There was a time when a seatbelt only went across your lap.
Right.
So after seeing this video...
Look at, they take her down to the floor.
Yeah.
Hands behind her back, handcuff time. Look at this. Her kid is right there.
It's just crazy.
Watching her mother being manhandled by a group of men that you're supposed to be able to trust, little kid.
5 New York City cops. I'm sorry, that's despicable behavior. I mean, we love police officers. We love police officers, and we support them.
Yes, we
but
do.
we don't support them when they're doing this kind of crap.
And like that cop who came out recently this week from the state of Washington. He says, guys, what are you doing, man? Obey the Constitution above all.
Right.
I mean, we get our power from these people. We are not their power.
Wow. And that, of course, has been flipped on its head, too. We're in an upside-down world right now. And that's about as upside down as it gets. That's just ludicrous.
I pledge allegiance to the Constitution. Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't do anything, really.
No, I'm telling you. This is where, people give me crap for saying I don't pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the Constitution. Well, gee, like so much stuff that we've talked about in the last several months, it's no longer hypotheticals, all right? We're here, okay? And the rule of law is being ignored or bastardized in so many communities across this country. Guys, man, like you said, we love police officers. We absolutely do. Please remember your oath to the Constitution. That's all. I said that's all.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for Jeffy because Jeffy seemed like
Jeffy didn't he sound like he doesn't? Yeah, did you have something to say about cops? What's going on?
And then he just left it.
I keep reviewing the video of that lady coming up the stairs, and before we watched the video, you said an innocent person. You saw that she was wearing her mask wrong, right?
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Because we cannot have that.
We can't have that. We can't have you with your...
Not be withhold. No,
it can't be tolerated.
I'm surprised you didn't start that comment with the phrase "first of all."
It's incredible. Look, we've New Jersey. There's towns you talked this week about the distancing ambassadors. Are
what?
Happen. So, when you have, I know. So they're like crossing guards on the streets, right? So if you're out on the street and you have your little yellow vest on and you're not social distancing enough, this town in New Jersey are going to have their distancing ambassadors. And that's the same as, telling if you see something, make sure you take a picture and text them.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's what's happening.
You know what else would be great? In New York, you can use this idea if you want. It just hit me. What if you were to start training people's children on what is going against what society wants right now? What if you started to train all the kids in New York in such a way that they know who to call to report their parents or their neighbors or their siblings?
Wow.
That'd be great if you start going off the reservation here a little bit. Like if you're wearing your mask down around your throat instead of on your nose and mouth, we could train kids to call the authorities.
I gotta tell you.
And have the authorities show up and beat them.
I miss the good old days when we were only brainwashing our kids to turn us in for abusing the environment.
Yeah.
Remember those
days? Now they can turn you in for mask abuse, social distancing problems, going outside when you're not supposed to. If you take the garbage out without a mask on.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Great. We could call them something youth. The something youth.
What would we call them?
I don't know. It would be really. We'll work on a title, but I know youth is involved.
Wow. Happy Friday.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Richard Leitner tweets, that New York subway takedown looked like Wuhan, China.
I had that same thought.
Yep.
from shall not be infringed. So what I am hearing from the head of Barstool Sports is he wants everyone to die. Uh-huh. Exactly right. That's what we all heard. That's what America heard. Magic Horn of Plenty theorist. Can't believe all these crazy right-wingers just want everyone to die in the name of the almighty dollar. Yeah, a lot of people are noticing that. Thank you for pointing it out again. Bossy little teacup. We never found a vaccine to SARS-1. What makes anyone think we'll get one for the Rona? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things we don't have vaccines for. AIDS, for instance. SARS. Did we ever come up with one? Oh, I think there is a vaccine for H1N1. So the pig flu or swine flu, you can get vaccinated.
How
for
about
that.
herpes?
Yeah, but I don't think that doesn't stop you from getting it. Right? That's
a
not
vaccine.
A cure.
It's supposed to be. It is supposed to stop you from getting it. Like the polio vaccine was to stop you from getting polio.
Okay.
Did you ever have the sugar cube when you were little?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
My grandfather told me about that.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah.
Your grandfather told it, because I took the little sugar cube when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, we
That's
got all the
interesting.
shots, right? They wrote us all up, and everybody got the giant shots and the sugar cube.
Yep.
All of it. Yeah.
And
I remember that really well.
we got Ebola fixed, right? We got a vaccine for that, right?
Ebola? No.
I mean, think of what that does to you.
I know.
And yet somehow, even when it came to America, we didn't stop society. Oh, that's right. A Democrat was in office. My bad. Never mind.
And you talk about a frightening disease. I don't want to bleed out my eyes and my ears. That
Right.
seems like a really unpleasant disease.
Seems like it.
As compared to, let's say, this one, the Rona.
It does.
I take my chances with the Rona every day over Ebola.
Yep.
I'll tell you that right now. Alexandria Go tweets, calling it a Chinese rocket is racist. Oh, right. Even though it did originate there, you can't call it that. An unknown rocket, a rocket that was originated here on the planet, but then was in space and then fell down. Maybe that's what you have to say. I don't know. There's a hole in the sky where the Chinese rocket once was, and
Still calling it a Chinese rocket, though. I'm not sure. I'm sure you understand.
The dollar cut it down. There's a hole in the sky where the
Chinese
tree
rocket
once
was.
Somebody's making money.
There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money.
Hey! Goodness.
That is good.
I miss those days. You don't get that. Well,
yeah.
We'll probably get those back.
yeah, we probably will get those days back. They're just going to be added to what we have right now, so that'll be great.
Oh no!
I mean, you have to laugh about it once in a while. And saw a very funny clip of a guy yesterday. I've seen this guy do other similar rants, but this is really awesome. He's a little bit stressed out over getting the virus. He doesn't want the Rona, and so he's trying to take all kinds of precautions. He's got the mask and everything,
Okay.
but freaked out a little bit in his car.
I thought the coronavirus was all around me. Who wasn't wearing a mask? Who weren't wearing gloves? Some lady was standing 5.5 feet away from me. I don't know what to do anymore. Who do I listen to? Do I listen to the experts on TV or the experts on Facebook? What happened to Dr. Fauci? How come he's not in the news conference anymore? What did they do to Dr. Fauci? Oh my God! Did a spaceship land in a rose garden and take him away to a different planet? Oh my God! I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Oh my God! What if the virus is out here?
On his mask.
What do I do with the gloves?
Oh no!
And the mask? What if the virus is on these? How do I get rid of them? I don't want to put them on the street. That's not nice. I'll get rid of it later.
But now you got the virus in your car.
I touched the steering wheel. What if the virus is on the steering wheel now?
Then he touched his face after touching the steering wheel.
Good pickup.
Guy's in serious trouble.
Sure
He's in serious trouble. Is that not how it is right now with some people?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
That realtor was more freaked out than that. That realtor was, I mean, he's just doing, I think he's doing an impression of her, and he underplayed it a little bit.
He did.
He didn't drop 500 F-bombs in the course of 30 seconds.
Which made it a lot easier on us to edit that thing. 888-900-3393. Then there's just some weird video that's a little bit unexplained. What happens to this person
somebody
here
tag
in
me
the
on this
street?
I don't know how old. I don't know any backstory of this video. Just check.
We don't know
out.
where this took place either.
I don't know.
All right, let's see this.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch the lady. Just watch. Whoa! What the heck?
Run that back one more time.
And the guy's looking over there like, what was that?
Wait, what happened to you?
Yeah. Watch this.
Oh! She literally gets like propelled backward by something.
Yeah, and the video cuts off, but the guy looks back when he bends down to pick her up like, what did you hit over there? So I don't know.
He seems pretty calm for
yeah,
what
he's like,
just...
what was that?
Yeah,
what was it, Pat? Tell us what it was.
CGI?
Okay.
CGI.
Either that or...
That's all I can think of.
That's what happens when you don't wear a mask and you're on the street.
That was the corona. The Rona was entering her body at that moment, and that's what happened.
It's almost like some portal from another world just decided to open up right there.
Yeah,
and she was in the way.
Yep,
mm-hmm.
It happens.
It
does. It does
happen. Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Uh-huh. Now, what if she had been wearing a mask? Then she would have been fine.
Oh yeah, she'd be completely protected.
Yes.
I see.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know that.
I see.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. According to a new poll, 23% of Republicans want someone other than Trump to be the Republican nominee. I don't know who that would be, where you would not accept the president of the United States, who's won the primary, actually, and you would go to somebody else. I'm not sure how that would work. But the latest Rasmussen Reports National Telephone and Online Survey says 23% of likely Republican voters think their party should find someone else. 70% disagree. 7% are, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. By comparison, 28% of likely Democrat voters, so it's a higher percentage, think that they should find somebody other than Joe Biden. That surprises me.
What was
that it's
that
only
number?
28%.
It sure does.
Find somebody else. Well, have you seen his performance lately? And it's only 28%.
Yeah.
They just don't care about whether a person's competent or not. They don't care.
They just need a vessel.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all they need. A host candidate. 54%. Did you just read that number, though? I saw somewhere.
54% disagree, so they want Biden.
Okay.
So it's 54, 28, and then 18% are, I don't know.
At this point in the primary process, I wonder how that 54% Democrats approve of Biden as their nominee. I wonder how that stacks up to, previous presidential election years. Because you would feel that like an entire party would be on board with their candidate of choice.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yes.
Even that Trump number is surprising that it's not more support from the party.
That it's not higher than 70%?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that.
Especially an incumbent president.
Yeah.
You see, I mean.
Right. Because
I don't know. He's taken such a beating.
Trump,
it feels like it's an overwhelming number.
He really has.
Still like the man after he's taken the last 3.5 years have been. I mean, the man has taken a beating.
No question.
And he's still standing. Still standing.
But think about if Trump, let's say he didn't run, who would you turn to? I guess Pence would be the likely choice.
Nikki Haley.
But I don't think Pence wins. Maybe Nikki Haley.
Way.
And I don't know that Nikki Haley beats Joe Biden. I'm not sure who from the Republican Party could actually, create enough excitement about them. I'd be excited, but I think I'd be in the minority.
Well, it's just going to take
over Ben Sass.
Yeah, it's going to be one debate where Joe Biden, instead of shaking Nikki Haley's hand before the debate, decides to rub her shoulders and sniff her hair, and that's where she would catapult into the lead.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was just saying hello.
Let me take 60 seconds to tell you about Keeps, because this is a great way to keep your hair, if you'd like to. If you've got male pattern baldness going on, or some other sort of baldness where it starts with that patch in the back and just spreads like some kind of nasty pandemic, you can turn to Keeps, because first of all, it is really easy to do. So convenient that you just do it on your couch if you want. You don't have to go to a doctor's office or any of that. You go online, go to keeps.com/Pat. They offer the generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products, so it saves you a ton of money. You answer a few questions, snap a couple of pictures of your hair, send that in. Then a doctor evaluates your information and prescribes the right treatment that they send discreetly to your door after that. It's that easy. And to get you started, we'll give you half off. Go to keeps.com/Pat. That's keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
From Jeffy's 18 Spoons, he tweets, I wasn't paying attention for a second. I heard 20-ton piece of garbage. Did I miss a Jeffy update?
Oh, see,
it's funny, right?
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was funny. That was great.
So you enjoyed that like the rest of us, Jeffy?
No, I'm laughing.
Yeah. On the inside, I could tell that you...
Oh, we must have a bad connection because I'm not hearing you laugh.
There you go.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Sort of a delayed reaction there.
Yeah.
Swank think China doesn't need to interfere with our elections. Democrats will do that for them when they make it all mail-in voting. Yeah, and a lot of states are planning to do that. So how can you trust that, especially at this point?
Who do you trust more? China not to hack like they said they're going to, or Democrats to run the mail-in voting?
That's a tough one. I'll take my chances against the Chinese.
Yeah, I'm testing our IT department at that point.
Yabba Dabba Do Gabby 33 tweets. So, are we under Sharia law now? If you're not covered enough, you'll be arrested. But it's all right to take a dump on the street.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. If you live in San Francisco, just go ahead and defecate on the sidewalk. We don't mind. We pay some people to clean that up.
However, if you are in the process of defecating on the sidewalk and not wearing a mask,
then
all bets are off, man.
Then your ass is mine.
Then we might have to jump in there. Sorry.
What a world.
Yep.
I can't take it.
I can't either, man. Is it the weekend yet?
It's time to talk football, I think. That's what it is.
Hopefully.
It's time
this
to
is
talk
risky,
football.
too. Who knows?
Some reporter just tweeted, SEC presidents will vote next week whether to bring student-athletes back to campus on June 1st. Oh, you better vote to do that. Please vote to do that. Okay, we're looking to the SEC now. The football conference in this country. Lead us to the right place, the promised land of fall football.
All right, cool. So how are people responding
They're getting
to that?
close.
Here's what Oklahoma's Lincoln, fortunately not in the SEC.
Thank you.
Oklahoma's Lincoln Riley. All this talk of schools wanting to bring players back on June 1st is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Why don't you
worry about your conference, dude? Seriously.
I know. Well, Missouri has said if campus is operational, we can have sports. Classes are a different matter.
Oh,
So,
really?
that's good.
Missouri? I'm a Missouri fan. Go Tigers.
I'm a fan of them coming to Provo, Utah on October 10th and playing the BYU Cougars. That's what I'm a fan of.
And let's be honest, how many of these guys are going to school for classes anyway? What?
All of them? All of them, Keith. Every one of them wants
every single
wants
one
a
of them.
quality education above all.
I don't appreciate you thinking.
That's why they're in
differently, I'll tell you.
college, Keith. Otherwise, they'd be somewhere else doing something else.
Sure they are. Get on the field. Okay? Okay, that's all.
I mean, hey, Lincoln, you might want to check in with what happened at Liberty University. Just do a little research when they went back to school.
And seriously, comment on whatever the Big 12 says, since that's your conference, not the SEC. Let the SEC worry about the SEC. You go worry about the Big 12.
And by the way, worry about being able to beat BYU one time. We're undefeated against you. You might want to think about that for a while.
What is the all-time record of BYU versus Oklahoma?
2-0.
2-0? Wow.
2-0.
And when was the last time y'all played?
2009. Third-ranked Oklahoma. BYU 14. Third-ranked Oklahoma 13. 14-13. 2009.
Wow. Why don't I remember that?
I don't know. Huh. You have a bad memory?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about BYU Oklahoma.
Wow.
I don't know. It could be a reason.
No, that's not a reason. That doesn't even make sense.
Sorry. I was just thinking out loud.
That doesn't even make sense. Previous to that, it was 1995 or 6 when they beat them 31-6 at a bowl game.
I don't remember that one either.
All right.
Wow.
WVU president Gordon Gee, or is it G, jokes that college football season will happen even if he has to play. Now this.
Yes.
There you go.
West Virginia, yes.
In Oklahoma's conference. Did you hear that, Lincoln?
Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Take me home, man.
Take me home.
I'm a Mountaineers fan, too, now.
Gordon G said yesterday, day before actually, he's confident the 2019 college football season will take place despite the pandemic. Yes.
Yay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Even if it's not true, thank you for saying it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see him play, though, now.
Look, that's the athletic director from Missouri, too. Having online classes, this is a quote, having online classes shouldn't prevent college football season.
That's true. Yeah. Why should it?
Correct. Let's have it.
Wow. All right. He goes on to say, we're going to play football in the fall. I really do believe that, even if I have to suit up.
Nice.
We're going to do it based on what is safe, what's healthy for our fans, what's healthy for our student athletes. But I do believe that we will play football. Thank you. Bless you. And let's hope that turns out to be the case. Joe Buck says that Fox Sports is planning to pump in crowd noise and do some CGI fans in the stands for their broadcast. That might be cool. Rather than an empty stadium where there's no noise after a great play happens, that'd be really strange, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm willing to watch it anyway.
Do you want fake crowd noise while you do your show this morning?
Sure. On second thought, no.
Oh.
No, I don't. Okay. So he says that he was talking with SiriusXM's Andy Cohen, said plans are already in place for the network's anticipated NFL broadcasts. They're planning to do its best to simulate a normal atmosphere. And he said it's pretty much a done deal.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right. Well, I think that's smart. I think that would help the game a little bit.
Hey, if that makes it more likely to happen.
Yeah, I'm fine with
whatever.
it. Just completely fine with it. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Came fast this week, didn't it? Of course it does every week. I don't know where the time goes. It's amazing. Just amazing. According to a poll, there's more Americans becoming socialists than at any time since the early 20th century. Oh, jeez. That's great. I guess an estimated 10,000 people have joined since March. 10,000 since March. But that brings the total to 66,000 socialists in the United States who at least are part of the, actually part of the party. It was much, much higher than that back in the, 20s-ish, the early part of the progressive movement. But they think that because, some people have fallen on hard times with unemployment and all that, that's kind of spurred a little bit of a movement towards socialism, which is perfect. Yeah, try socialism, and then let's see how good you can make the country. Wow, as so many have done, in Cuba and the Soviet Union, China, before they added capitalism to their system. Wow, it's done a world of wonders for North Korea. I think we all know that.
I mean, you're cherry picking, though, obviously.
Well, I'm thinking of every possible communist nation.
Look at the success of Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Right.
You left them out, right?
Oh,
I did leave them out.
Huge.
You caught me. You caught me leaving out a really sweet example of socialism.
Like I said, cherry picking.
Yeah, sorry. Venezuela. All right, got some tweets here. Rants Out Loud is the New Jersey distancing ambassador under the authority of Cardinal Joe Tobin. Yeah, of course, everybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
I saw Fox had Cardinal Dolan on yesterday.
Yeah, he's a poser. He's a poser.
Right?
That's just stupid. I don't even know what they're doing.
That was...
I don't know why you would do that.
Yep.
From Amy What's-Her-Face, in Michigan, for some reason, Whitmer's youth seems to fit beautifully, and it rings a bell, too.
Whitmer's youth.
Everywhere the Wu Flu youth. Oh, okay.
Everywhere else, yeah.
Everywhere else. The Wu Flu youth.
That's a good...
I like that.
Yep.
Okay. Magic Horn Aplenty Theorist tweets, our governor decided we're not ready for phase 2 of opening next week, So we're going to phase 1.5.
What in the world?
What is the deal with partial integer increments for governments lately? Also, Frumpus tweets, we need a vaccine for stupidity. Oh, geez. Yeah. Can you imagine how long it would take to administer that to all the Democrats in this country? From Petty Officer America, either that truck got caught on a strong string she was dragging, or, he's talking about this video with the woman in the street who just all of a sudden flies backward. Yeah. Whoa! Like something punched her in the face. Like the Incredible Hulk punched her in the face.
Wow.
And she flew backward. That is just weird. What happened there? Well, Petty Officer America thinks it was either a strong string she was dragging or demons. I think that's obvious.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
That's obvious. Sabes84, how big of a hole does it take to propel Jeffy from the sidewalk like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
The same as anyone. I don't understand.
I don't know that that's a fact.
Just, I mean. Look.
Yeah, same as anybody else, you think? That's your answer? Is that your final answer? You sticking to it?
It could be.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not convincing with how you're saying it.
From Carl Smith, Pat, it's okay to talk about The View on Frivolous Friday. After all, The View is nothing but frivolous. Yeah. And we got this good news about Joy Behar, too.
Oh, good news?
Yeah, good news.
I need some good news in my life. What do you got?
She's staying put.
Yeah.
What do you mean, staying put?
She's staying put. She's
not leaving her home.
Not leaving.
Wow, that is good news.
Mm-hmm.
Until
Trump's out of office.
Yeah. Then she's going to leave.
So then she'll.
She's going to leave. Which, whatever.
Oh, I'm voting for Trump for sure.
Whoopi Goldberg began by noting that a number of states were beginning to reopen, stating a lot of people don't seem to be ready to step outside yet, according to a survey. 40% said they plan to avoid public spaces as much as possible until long after everything is over, but I don't think you can actually do it like that. Joy,
why not, Whoopi?
Then she asked, Joy, how long are you prepared to stay put? And Joy said, I'm prepared. I think I'm going to have to stay put until at least November when Trump is out of office because he's not putting the tests out there until everybody gets tested, or certainly people that I'm going to be visiting or places that I'm going to. Yeah. I'm not leaving this house.
Yeah. So in other words, protect society from Joy Behar, vote Trump.
Right. Yeah. Wouldn't that be great if she's in her house until 2024?
4.5 years of her.
And first of all, Joy, Donald isn't out of office until January. So no matter what happens in the election,
that's a good point.
No cheating, no coming out in November.
Second of all, Joy, nobody really cares. If you want to stay home, stay home. Mm-hmm. We're asking to be able to make that choice ourselves. Mm-hmm. We don't want, because you want to stay home, don't make us stay home. I can't take
that. And none of us cared. I saw a tweet yesterday, something to the effect of, Pat, why are you slamming everybody who wears a mask? I'm not slamming anybody who wears a mask. I'm slamming being forced into wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm slamming. Yeah. I don't think we've ever said anything about, I don't care if you wear a mask or not. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
We made it a point to say that, hey, we'd have no problem if you want to wear a mask. Stop telling me that I have to.
Right.
That's it. That's the issue. That's the controversy on the show, is that we don't want to.
Yes.
Forced to.
And it's the same with people staying there in their home. Stay in your home if you want. I don't care. Go ahead. The rest of us need to move around and go to our jobs and make a living. So, I don't have a problem with anybody doing the lockdown stuff or the gloves and the masks, and put on a hazmat suit if you want when you go out.
Right. And look, that's what we're going to do, right? I mean, please do so. If they just say it's over, go be America again. We're going to end up social distancing, most of us anyway.
No question about it.
We're going to end up doing all these things, but we've got to be able to make that choice ourselves.
Right.
We just have to.
Yep, exactly. Hey, has anybody else noticed the one-way travel up aisles in grocery
Yeah,
stores?
yeah.
Are
Yeah,
they doing
my
that at
wife
your
is-
grocery store?
Oh yeah, I've
my
tweeted
wife is
about.
going crazy about it. Yeah.
I don't. Do you abide by it? I'm sorry. I went the wrong way on a one-way yesterday down the
so
ice cream
funny you
aisle.
say that,
I went the
'cause
wrong way on the one-way. I apologize.
My wife is like, they have these arrows, and I'm like, I'm not going down that. I'm going down.
Yeah, I'm going to walk all the way around down that other aisle and then back up this one. No, I'm not doing that, especially since nobody else is in the aisle. Okay,
Right.
So
And she went into a store the other day, and they have it set up, which is really weird the way they set it up, where it's different than what everyone normally did.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know who set this up, but I'm not doing it.
Good for her.
Until she gets tackled and dragged to the curb.
Well, that's
by
going to happen.
police.
That's going to be the next big police thing is that they're going to have a SWAT team come in and bring somebody down to the ground and arrest them for going the wrong way in a grocery aisle.
Guards are going to be posted at the end of every aisle.
Yeah.
Look, that's what the social distancing ambassadors are for, right? Keep things straight.
To make sure you comply.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all we want from you is compliance. Just give in and listen to the totalitarians. They'll tell you what
You still
to
have
do.
a choice. You still obviously have a choice. You can go down the aisle this way or get dragged out to the curb. You have a choice. Make that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Or we'll kick your head in. It's completely up to you. Completely up to you.
It's still America after all.
And I don't, I see everybody, even where they don't mark it, you must stop here because you have to allow 6 feet in front of the next person. Even when those markers don't exist, people are doing it.
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Because they're
That's my
smart.
Point. Yes, that's
They're
my
responsible.
point. We're still going to be doing it. We're still going to be taking it easy. I got it that there's going to be a few people that aren't. And you're going to say, you want to back that off a little bit? That's what's going to happen. It's just incredible to me that it has to be mandated from on high.
This is how progressives work, man. They don't trust us. They don't trust us as Americans to make wise decisions, so they have to be overbearing and enforce it that way.
We're the cows, they're the rancher. And they just have to herd us around. And they really don't. This is America. And there are a few dummies, yes. But those dummies get weeded out. And you're going to see that that's going to happen in this process if you just let it.
And with this COVID-19 fun that we're dealing with, that pen that they keep us in is getting smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm. Pretty soon we're not going to take it anymore. So I hope this ends quickly.
So you want people to die? You want you don't care,
right? I mean, that's what they're trying to say, right? And look,
yes.
I talk about it, all the time on Chewing the Fat. I don't know where the line is, but it does seem like we're getting closer to that line of no more. Right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
The group in Michigan that was going up against the governor, they had, their social media group on Facebook had almost 400,000 people. Facebook deletes it.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that the group disappeared.
Right.
Just so you know. It's incredible that stuff just goes away. Those people are still there. They're still saying no.
That's just it. When you have to censor us, when you have to shut down these Facebook groups, or you have to eliminate our ability to gather, or guilt us into, you must want people to die if you don't want to follow these strict rules, they're losing the argument. And I think you're right. I think the tide is turning, as evidenced by the Barstool Sports Guy video we had today, among others that are like that right now. And you get comedians making fun of it. We played that video.
Yeah.
I think the tide is turning, and I think America's had enough. And as it gets warmer and people are wearing their masks out in this heat, they're not going to be complying.
We had the great video from Kevin James.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny.
Just awesome. Really awesome. Then we've got Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear reminding us of the other side of this equation. Here he is talking about masks.
This is Governor Andy Beshear, and I'm here with my daughter, Lila.
Why?
We're asking people when they're out in public right now to wear a mask. This may seem different, awkward, maybe even a little scary.
You are.
But it does help us protect one another.
Is this
My
guy?
reasons for wearing a mask are to make sure that I never spread the coronavirus to another individual, and so that I make sure that I don't bring it home to either Lila or her brother, Will. This is just a very small thing that I'm
Pause
willing
it for a
to do
second.
to protect.
Interesting that he doesn't care about bringing it home to his wife.
Doesn't even mention the wife.
He doesn't care about her. That is interesting, Ivan. Is there a number people can call about Andy Bashir's wife? So I'm concerned for her welfare.
Divorce.
I mean, he's married. Wow.
And he only cares about the kids. If his wife gets it, you got what's coming to you.
To each her.
You got what's coming to you, woman.
Should have wore a mask. Shut up.
All right, let's see the rest of this, because it's brilliant.
The coronavirus to another individual, and so that I make sure that I don't bring it home to either Lila or her brother.
Her brother.
Will.
Okay.
This is just a very small thing that I'm willing to do to protect my family and to protect yours.
Oh, that's
so
fine.
come on, Kentucky. Let's come together.
Yeah.
Let's do what it takes. Let's make sure we wear these masks in public.
Well, put it on, man.
Okay.
Put it on.
Yeah, why isn't it on?
Or as a Pathead pointed out, I mean, his poor daughter in that shot looks
She's
like
a hostage.
Right?
Yeah, it's a hostage situation there. That's
Reminds
crazy.
me of a Joe Biden video.
Yeah. So is it mandatory then in Kentucky to wear them when you go out?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, that's fine to suggest or just advise people to wear a mask, that it might be a good idea for them. But when you start to mandate, then you got to draw the line there.
Yes. And that's the same with everything.
Right.
It's just amazing. On top of which, was the signer busy for this speech? Because I missed the signer wasn't there.
I know.
And I don't know what he was saying because I'm deaf.
Apparently, you're supposed to be wearing a mask in public, according to some articles I'm seeing here.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Kentucky?
Yeah, in Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Again, I got to say it. Good thing you got rid of that Matt Bevin.
Yeah.
What a dummy he was. This guy's so good. I'm glad you voted for him.
We will get through this
together. Stood apart. All right, Genesis 950. If you're thinking of replacing carpeting because you have all kinds of stains on there from pets and you didn't catch it in time, and
live with Jeffy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
is this the case?
Yeah, you might want to replace the whole house.
Might not be the pets. It might be you.
Genesis 950. I'm telling you, this stuff gets pet stains out like crazy. Maybe you've tried everything else. Try this too. Try this before you tear up your carpets and get new ones. This will save you a ton of money. With water, Genesis 950 breaks down the bonds of the stains and odors, so they're gone for good. Its antibacterial component removes pet stains and odors from carpeting and padding. It works really well in carpet cleaning machines, and you can use it on all kinds of things around the house. Disinfects and kills viruses, which is pretty handy right now. Mix 1/3 Genesis 950, 2/3 water, spray on the surface, and then wipe it clean with fresh water. Use it on your bathrooms, your kitchens, countertops, granite, quartz, garage floors. It gets oil stains out. I mean, this stuff is incredible. My wife will not be without it. Genesis 950, it's available at Amazon.com. But if you order a gallon direct from Genesis950.com, you'll receive a free spray bottle and get a discount when you use the offer code BLAZE. It's Genesis950.com.
The word woman does not appear even once in the U.S. Constitution.
What?
Nor does the word freedom, Your Honor.
Wow. Oh, man. Wow. We just hadn't had that powerful moment for a while, so I thought we'd go ahead and play
Well, that was pretty nice of you to do that for us.
Yeah, just in case you've missed it.
I have.
The Your Honor part of that, especially. 888-900-3393. Got some tweets here. Nation's under tweets. The Post headline yesterday. This is great. What did Joe Biden know, and when did he forget it? Michael NP1701, who is responsible for playing the Hole in the Sky song because he owes me a better earworm.
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah, Martin. What's up, man? Play it again, please.
Martin.
The mighty dollar cut it down.
Down.
There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money. There's a hole in the sky where the tree once was. Somebody's making money.
Wow, you held that note nicely.
Thank you. Liddell Schultz tweets pronouns. Her Royal Majesty. Okay, good. So wait, if you wear a mask correctly, does that mean you don't have to wear pants to go out and get the mail? asking for a friend.
That's right. Only Chicago had that pants ordinance, right, Jeffy?
Yeah, I think everybody else you could go out without pants.
It was Chicago, but it was there was a town that said you had to wear pants to go get the mail, which is look, they're trying to restrict all our movements,
right? And take away all our freedom, like not wearing pants when we go outside.
Now, when
did that start?
When you do your podcast, Chewing the Fat, Jeffy, do you wear pants while you're recording that?
We don't want to know. Please don't tell me. Question withdrawn, Your Honor.
By the way, your producer, Chris Cruz, my guest on At the Mic this week, if you want to download that podcast.
I'm willing to answer the question.
Yes.
No, question withdrawn, Your Honor. Please, I insist he does not answer the question. Discarded giblet tissue tweets.
Oh, no.
Talking football. There's 2 minutes and 60 seconds that I'll never get back.
Wow.
That's 2 minutes and 60 seconds. You missed the show last week when we did that.
B. DeBodine. Wow. First the Hole in the Sky song, then Pat sings Country Roads.
Yeah.
What's next on Frivolous Friday? Will Keith sing This Land Is Your Land in his Bernie impression voice? Yes.
Oh, I will?
Yes.
Oh. Well,
And
let's see. I went
like
walking that ribbon of highway. What's the next one?
I saw her above me.
I saw her above me.
Yes. And then that's
And
fine.
that's
'Cause
some-
that's the
I mean, I could sing the Connells.
That's the
You want me to
pertinent
do
part.
that? You want me to sing some 74, 75?
No.
Oh, okay.
Michigan prisoner 8675309 tweets, they should pipe in a laugh track when they screw up a play.
Yes!
That's funny.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then fumble. Oh, boy, that's
Wait,
funny.
no. I want you to yell fumble the football.
Oh, look at that fumble the football. At the 45-yard line.
Oh, yes.
The dogs have it.
Have it.
Oh, Nelly.
You remember they used to have the football follies like videos you could rent at the video store,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that they could have used some of those. The laugh track would have made it funnier.
I think they did from time to time, actually. Yeah, I think
I know they did
might
the
have.
little cheesy sound effects, like the ball would bounce around, doing, doing, doing.
Yes.
They can mix some of the laugh track in.
Apparently, those are some of the highest rated shows they ever did.
I believe that.
Oh, I rented them out all the time.
Yeah.
I have a little fun fact about the laugh tracks, though, for you.
All right.
Most laugh tracks that you hear,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure maybe even the one that you use, were recorded in the 1950s. So most of the people that you hear laughing probably dead.
Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny at all.
Just a thought, a little fun.
Thank
fact.
you. That was great. Thank you, Jeffy. That's a happy thought.
It is.
I know.
So most of these people are gone. We lost them. We lost them. Oh no.
Well,
They're not laughing now, are they?
Oh,
This guy that's 101, and he just recovered from corona. He's fine. The rest of them gone.
They just had a story about a 113-year-old that recovered from corona.
What?
Did you see that?
Where?
You read about it? You see it in the paper today?
That's crazy.
113-year-old woman got the coronavirus.
You guy's younger than Jeffy, though, Jay.
You see this guy?
Virus guy, 113. Wow, look at that in Spain.
Right?
Some lady.
Yeah, some lady in Spain who was mainly on the plane. She got the virus and she wasn't lame.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're trying to do there.
She wasn't lame, and to rest, she was not lame. There we go. Because she lived. See? So
You got there.
Yeah, I
You
got
did.
there.
Yeah.
Not in time, but I got there. Damn Schiffler tweets, look at it this way. Most people with common sense will be out and about, living their lives, and the leftist imbeciles will be locked up inside. Should we be celebrating this? Maybe. Exponentially together apart. Stop peddling children to empathize people to your position. It's freaking pathetic and abhorrent. There must be. Are they talking about the
Andy Bashir with his kid with the mask, the hostage situation?
Yeah, and that would also fit with Greta Van Susteren, Greta Van Thunberg being used in the coronavirus panel that they just had.
Yep, CNN. Yeah, the little thing.
Do we have?
We're going to run out of time.
Both got sick after traveling in Europe. I understand. I know you isolated yourself from your family. What was that like?
Well, I mean, first of all,
was happy.
we still haven't gotten tested.
So you
because
don't know if you have it or not?
Here, you don't get tested unless you're in need of medical help. So.
What?
So of course I don't know if I've had it.
This was a riveting town hall.
But
Look at Gupta, man. He's trying to think.
Anyway,
Okay, I don't know how to save her from this.
Where do I go with this?
We will need to take these precautionary actions and
what?
Yeah.
And
do our part in supporting society. And
she has no idea.
You're
what she's
good.
saying. All right, I've seen it. We can't do it justice right now. We got to come back to that. There's a lot going on there. There is a lot. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Nations Under tweets Greta and mother changes cue card. This seems to be insinuating there.
What?
Does Nations Under that Greta's not thinking of this stuff entirely on her own?
Whoa.
I really resent that. Can you change the cue card, Keith?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, here you go.
That's wrong.
Okay.
That's wrong. Let's watch the rest of this video from yesterday.
It was pretty good.
And this is just the introduction of her being on the show.
We haven't even gotten to her genius on how to stop this coronavirus pandemic like she's stopping climate change. She's just, I guess, so versatile in the things that she can speak about. So CNN invited climate activist Greta Thunberg on to talk about the coronavirus.
You and your dad both got sick after traveling in Europe, I understand. I know you isolated yourself from your family. What was that like?
well, I mean, first of all, we still haven't gotten tested because here you don't get tested unless you're in need of medical help. So
same here.
So of course I don't know.
Pause it for a second.
Wait a second.
Do you get tested anywhere just for fun, or is that? I just thought I had nothing to do the other day, and I just finished watching Ozark, so I thought I'm going to go get tested. Where does that happen?
But I thought America was the only place where we weren't testing enough. Apparently in Europe too. Is Sweden right? That's where she lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought I thought that everybody that needed a test anywhere but America could get it.
Right. They have testing at 7-Eleven. You just go into the test, or you get into your car. Somebody's waiting there for you with a test. Apparently, that's not the case. All right, let's see the rest of this.
Here, you don't get tested unless you're in need of medical help. So
I love
course
Gupta.
I don't know if I
right?
had it, but
he sent
pause it for a second. Gupta is looking like there's no way I can help her with this. I'm trying. I don't know how to. How could I get?
There's a disturbance in the force.
even Anderson is sitting there kind of thinking to himself, I got to get out of this.
Why Sanjay is like, why did they put her in this panel? I mean, are we going to talk climate change?
Is she the only person in all of Sweden that is isolating herself? Because that's the country that's been like, no, go live, man.
Yeah. All right, let's hear the rest.
Go to school, girl. Go to
myself
school.
Anyway, and because it is the right thing to do, we will need to take these precautionary actions.
Thank you for telling us what we need to do.
And do our part in supporting society and
supporting society.
Well, I haven't been. Yeah. I'm the one who can least complain about this because I haven't. So I'm very grateful that I haven't been affected by this in a way that many people have.
You haven't been to school either.
Okay.
But
why are we talking to you then?
But yeah, it was just the obvious thing to do, the only right thing to do.
Okay.
What the heck was that?
I can't make heads nor tails out of that. I don't know what.
Wow.
So I'm sorry. Did you get tested or not? I don't get it. What are you trying to say here? Did you have the virus or not?
Seriously.
She had a cold or something,
Cut
right?
to the chase.
Yeah, she couldn't get to it.
Oh, Greta.
So just to back up for one moment and break away from Greta for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Have you actually watched Ozark?
No, I have not. No.
Okay. Just kind of a big guy show for you.
It was just a reference that people might know. So, yeah.
You're enjoying it, right?
Kind of a big guy show. I loved those.
He already saw it.
Oh, you finished it?
Oh my
All of
gosh,
it.
yeah. We got
Every
Dead
minute.
to Me and Working Moms and 23 Hours to Kill. Have you watched the new Seinfeld special on Netflix yet?
Oh,
Pretty
no.
funny.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a
New
good show.
Seinfeld special?
It's a 23 hours.
Oh,
to
it's a
Kill.
comedy stand-up thing, right?
Yeah.
By Jerry Seinfeld?
It's pretty funny.
Is it?
Yeah, he does a good job. And
Well,
you know what else? Did you know? I happened to watch. Not that I'm just scanning through the different apps, but I was watching. I think it was Amazon has the documentary on Sharknado.
There's a Sharknado documentary?
Yes, it's awesome.
Is it?
And
I bet.
Did you know that Glenn, you, and a quick shot of Stu when the show was all together is in that documentary.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
That's cool.
Yes, and you have the longest clip actually.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, talking about Sharknado. That's awesome.
No way. Who did?
And I found out why. It reminded me why Mark Cuban thinks that he can he's so great and could be president because he plays president in Sharknado.
Well, that qualifies him, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly does.
Right.
Man.
I mean, Trump never played president on TV before he became president, so that means Mark Cuban's even more qualified than Donald Trump was.
Thank you.
All right, 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Apparently, there's some studies being done on motorists using touch screens in cars. A little bit distracted. A bit like a big screen in your car cuts your reaction time in half.
Oh.
So if you're driving like a Tesla, is that what that means?
I guess
Because they're the only ones I know
You better
with a
get your
really big screen.
touch screen now before.
Mercedes has it too, right? The Benz has a big screen.
You think the government's going to ban touch screens? Or
Yes.
or a certain size? I guarantee you that's coming.
Yes.
As soon as the whatever the NTSB or whatever is run by Democrats again.
Let me ask you a question, Keith. If it saves just one life, would it be worth it to get the screens out of the cars?
Yeah.
Get them out.
I mean, you've made a persuasive case there.
Thank you. I made a powerful, persuasive case.
Yeah. So get your
just
touch
one
screen cars
adjective
out.
wasn't enough
No.
for the kind of case I just made, and it pisses me off that you only used one. I'm literally pissed off at you right now.
Can I change my reaction
Yes,
to it?
let's see if it gets any better.
Well, since you make such a powerful, persuasive, deep
better yes,
argument
thank you.
for why we shouldn't have touchscreens in our cars,
Yes.
now
you just can't argue with it.
now I'm persuaded.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that could have made that better is if like Yoda had imparted that wisdom during the story.
Screens we should not have. No. Dangerous they are. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Afraid you should be of them.
Appreciate that.
Yes. People might be wondering,
What?
okay, didn't we already have bingo? Why do they keep doing this?
We're going for the.
I might as well
full-
we're trying to do a whole blackout of the bingo
Oh,
card.
and by the
even though
way-
it's completely meaningless.
Yeah,
right
if you're
now.
keeping score at home, we only have 5 squares left to cover the next 17 minutes. What, Jeffy? What?
And Pat, we can wait until I actually come back into the studio someday.
Yeah.
But we'll have to talk about Mandalorian too.
Oh.
Oh.
I think your computer's
I
playing.
have finally dug
Jeffy,
through Mandalorian.
Pat, I think your
Is it
computer's
mine?
playing.
Oh, yeah. It is
Whenever
mine.
I hear that, the first thing I do is look at my screen. Oh, it's muted. Good. Oh, it's not me.
Okay. So
Mandalorian.
you've seen the entire 8
Yeah, I got-
episodes? Is that what it was?
Oh, only 8 episodes. You say
Yeah.
entire.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
who
know.
can't do 8 episodes, man? I just sat through 7 seasons of Ray Donovan on Showtime, bro.
7 seasons.
They were great, by the way.
What is
Wow.
that, 70 episodes?
You cannot watch more than that.
Yeah.
Each season is.
I can
about
do whatever
12.
I want, my friend. Don't tell me
No,
what
you
I can and
cannot.
cannot
No,
watch. I can
you
watch
cannot.
whatever I want. I'm the boss of me, not you.
Okay. All right, you go ahead.
I wouldn't
You go
watch Ray
ahead.
Donovan, but you
Go
did. So you liked the DeLorean, the Mandalorian?
It was okay. You know what? It was okay. The first couple episodes kind of were, got me okay. Then there were a few in the middle that,
that were iffy, and then at the end it kind of picked up, right?
Yes, it did.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I thought too. Yeah, the beginning was okay because you saw the baby Yoda.
Yeah,
and
and
then
you got
the
the-
middle was like, and then at the end I thought it picked up some steam.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 episodes toward the end that were really good.
Yeah, I thought
that
so.
Yeah, they were really good.
Enough to where I thought, all right, I'll watch another season. When it comes out, I will watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So they got me that compelled by it, and I guess that's pretty good.
But don't forget though, it's not Baby Yoda, it's the child.
I know. I will not call it the child.
Whatever.
Baby Yoda is so much better, and I don't know why they're resistant to that when it has been so popular. The Baby Yoda.
There's got to be
thing.
I bet you there's some sort of legal fine print for Yoda making money or something that they can't.
When does Baby Yoda talk though? Like when does he actually speak?
It's about time. It can't talk. I think they need to have that kid checked out. They need to have him checked.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because something's wrong there. But I mean, the series is over for all intents and purposes.
Plays with a silly little ball and just agonizing little kid. He needs to be checked desperately.
And I just have to ask the question.
What difference at this point does it make?
Right, because the whole season is over. You know what I mean? I mean, when the season's dead, it's dead. When you're dead, you're dead.
I'm running out of ink over here.
We've cleared that up on this show before. When you're dead, you're dead. That's it.
All right.
Wow.
So,
two squares to go.
2 squares. We got 2 squares left. If you're wondering, what the hell are they even doing? We're playing a little bingo right now.
Frivolous Friday.
Just for fun. 888-900-3393. Did you read about this 21-year-old kid he's 19 in Canada? I don't know how big this freeway is that he was on, but he was going 191 miles an hour.
Nice.
Oh, like who among us?
I have never driven anywhere near that fast.
No.
191 miles an hour. Fastest
What's
speed.
The fastest you've gone?
Stu and I were racing home one day. And we got on the express portion.
Right.
Headed west.
Hold on a second. Was one of you in the toll lane?
Yeah, we were in the toll.
Both of you?
Both of
there's
us were
2
on the
lanes
toll.
in there.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And I think I hit 120, and that's probably as fast as I've ever gone. And
120 is moving.
Yeah. I think Stu might have been going a little bit faster than that.
Wow. That's
I'm ashamed to admit that because that was just stupid. It was just stupid.
Yeah, but so he won?
No, I mean, we kind of passed and then we got scared and slowed down, and then we passed and we got scared and slowed down. Both of us.
Yeah, because once you break 120, you're doing some distance.
Yeah, and you're going you're passing distances in 1 second that you can't adjust to if you need to.
Were you messing with your touch screen at the time or anything like that?
No, I was not. I was concentrating very squarely on the road ahead.
If you're driving faster than 120, you can adjust if you just turn left. But if you're an express lane,
you're right.
Gotcha.
So I can't imagine going 71 miles faster than that. 71 miles an hour. That's incredible.
Right.
Okay, it's 280 feet per second at 191. Wow. So how long would that take you to stop? You figure if anything happened in front of you, you can't, and you're just dead, and so are they.
Yeah, and he was clocked at how fast?
191.
191. But what is that? Because he was in Canada.
Oh, in Canada, it'd be kilometers per hour, so there's no way to tell.
It could have been moving like a turtle. We don't know.
Right.
Or it could have been warp speed.
I know you started the story saying he was 19 or he was 21. Is that a metric thing too? The age difference?
This was just
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if maybe your age is different when you get into a.
What a stupid kid. I mean, who am I to cast aspersions? I'm just saying he's going to burn in the fires of hell for what he did.
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
Endangering people's lives like that.
Yeah. I know one time I went a trite bit too fast, but at least the police officer was nice enough to allow me to be clocked at the maximum speed where you can still get it taken off your record. You know, if you take a little test or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, that was so nice.
Yeah. So when I was way out in Keith County, Nebraska, I wasn't exactly going 85 and a 55. Let's put it that way. And my mom is listening, and
so you don't want your mom to know at this point?
Yeah, so I topped out at 105.
105, okay.
Because I remember looking at the speedometer and then eventually looking in my rearview mirror. So anyway.
And there was a cop there?
Yeah, it was a good day. Good day.
It's amazing that he let you off when I got a ticket at one point.
No, he didn't let me off.
Well, no, just
No,
for
but he
25 miles an
I'm
hour
sorry, yeah.
over. When I got a ticket for having my tire on the white section before the crosswalk, and you're not supposed to. What?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's ludicrous.
I think that was the same intersection where Elvis got his ticket, right, Jeffy?
It was close.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it was
pretty close. Yeah, pretty close.
That's a hot
that's
spot.
the same. That's the same neck of the woods where I got a ticket for rolling through a four-way stop when there was no other vehicles on the road on any direction. The same neck of the woods.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
when we first got to DFW, they were hardcore, and it seemed like there was a cop about every 6 meters. Which I don't know how much space that is. But,
Wait, why would you reference that if you don't
It's
even know what you're saying? Maybe that's what's messing you up. You don't realize you're going that fast because you're looking at the kilometers per hour instead of
probably what it
miles per
was.
hour.
All right, before we finish today, I got to tell you about rough greens because dry dog food. If that's what you feed your dog, it is really baked in the manufacturing process. They sterilize it because it has to last a really long time on the store shelves. And so it kills all the good stuff in it. But Rough Greens VitaSmart puts all of that good stuff back into your dog's food. You just take a scoop of it and plop it into the bowl, mix it around a little bit. They love it. They gobble it up. Oh man, they love that stuff. Healthy supplement. It puts back into your dog's food all the live nutrients that will help them be really healthy and really frisky again, like they were when they were a puppy. Rough Greens VitaSmart, not dog food. It's just a supplement that makes your dog's food better. If you don't believe me, just take the Rough Greens 14-Day Jumpstart Challenge. It's just $14.95, and you'll see a difference in your dog in 14 days or less. If you want to see your dog thrive again, just go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's RUFF greens.com/blaze.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Oh, we haven't heard from him in a while. Where's he been? That Alex Jones. I miss him. Did you miss him?
Yeah, I absolutely.
You probably haven't heard him since last week.
I do.
Been a week.
I do.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was he was saying last week, but it just reminds me that we haven't heard this clip in a while.
And to feel what the children are feeling.
Yeah.
God almighty. Folks, we gotta get good people to stand up against these people. I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today.
Or any day.
Because I have this disgusted cover for how I just hate the globalists, but it's more than that.
More than that.
And I just get flippant and angry. But it's because deep down, folks, I can see what they're doing. And we have a responsibility to stop these globalists. Where are the men in this country? Where are the men in this world? What the hell have we become? We just offer our children up to the system with the fluoride, the water, and the GMO hurting them. Yeah. And we let fat perverts grab them at the airport to train them for the pedophile government.
Yeah.
And we've just got such a sick society.
Isn't that the truth? A society where for no reason people are playing old clips of people that we gotta have good people playing good people. There's people. But we completely blacked out the entire
Yeah, we did.
card.
Yeah, we did. So. Put that in your pipe.
Yeah.
So if you missed a square, then there's 25 opportunities for you to go back and find where you missed out. By the way, I don't know. I'm kind of hitting you on the fly on this, so I don't know if you want to take some time and get back to us. But I had someone tweet to me that they enjoyed the interview I did with you on my podcast At the Mic. However, they were upset that, not upset, but they wish that you had talked about your guitar collection a little bit more.
My guitar collection?
Yeah, like how many guitars do you have? Like what's your favorite and all that stuff. And so I figured just looking at the clock here and wondering if you wanted to spend the rest of the time on your show to talk
about my
your guitar collection. Yeah.
It won't take long because I've got a grand total of...
One. He's got one guitar, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good night and drive safely, everybody.
What was your
extravagant collection?
See, I told you. I should have asked you this earlier. So, what was your first guitar?
I don't. It was acoustic, but it was probably some. I don't know. It wasn't a name brand thing.
Okay, yeah.
Just something my parents got me so that I could get started playing.
See, I remember I wanted to play the guitar when I was a kid, so my grandmother got me what turned out to be a ukulele. Thanks, Nana.
Nice.
And so
nice.
that didn't work out so well. So what's your favorite brand guitar or whatever? Is it?
Well, I haven't played all that many different guitars.
Okay.
Because I just started playing again for the first time since I was 15. 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
To be fair, the one that you had when you were 15, you were lucky to get out of Helena without 80 bullet holes.
Thank you. Yes, that's right. Because on the mean streets, you're lucky to get out alive.
Is that
let
where
alone with a guitar?
You carry around like a Kevlar guitar case, and it doubles as a shield as you're trying to get out of town.
Right. Yeah. I had a machine gun in there too. So
wow,
machine gun guitar combination.
Okay.
So
there you go.
You had to in Helena. You had to.
I see.
You had to.
But what I have now is a Fender Stratocaster.
Got it.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
So there it is.
Gray.
That's the entire collection.
Do you display that collection prominently, or
I do. It's right there in my bedroom for all to see when they come into my bedroom.
Wow.
And you wouldn't believe how many people make it into my bedroom. It's just me.
I bet I wouldn't.
And Jackie. We both make it in there.
Really?
From time to time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
you never know what kind of answer you're going to get when we start talking about guitars on Pat Gray Unleashed. We end up in his bedroom.
Yep.
So very cool. All right. Well, there you go. Now the question has been answered.
Now you know why you didn't ask that question when we did the interview, because there was really nothing to hear there.
I see there. I should have just stuck to the script.
Yeah. All right. Okay. 888-900-3393. What else do we have to take care of before we're done for the week? Let's see.
Oh, you want to do the kid impersonating Trump, or actually lip syncing someone impersonating Trump? Is that interesting?
Yeah, I wish this was the actual kid, but let's see it anyway.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of the Preschool Apprentice, okay? Today we were doing fantastic things, fantastic. We were playing outside, it was fantastic, totally great. We had the little slide, we were sliding down very fast, very quickly. But then all of a sudden something happened, something very bad, very bad. Oh, no. The teacher blew what's called a whistle. I hate people that blow whistles. If you're a whistleblower, you're very terrible, very terrible. Probably the worst, not for sure, but probably the worst. And he blew the whistle. And I was not very happy because that means that playtime is over. And I love playtime, okay? I couldn't even build a wall in the sandbox. And that's my favorite activity. Bigly favorite activity, okay?
It's a good Trump.
Yeah.
That's a good Trump.
And
Now,
he's
the
got
kid's
some-
not actually saying that.
No, but his mannerisms are excellent.
He does a good job. Does a good job with the lips and the hair. And whoever did that impression is pretty decent. Pretty decent.
Are you
Trump.
at all interested in clip 11 before we close out?
Depending on what clip 11 is. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's... All right, go ahead. The dog flushing the
Look
toilet.
at this. Watch this dog.
Make it without an animal video.
You thought wrong, my friend.
Ick.
That's awesome. The dog is peeing in the toilet. He's not done. Look.
All right.
He's
and
better
then
mannered than most of us men.
Close the lid.
Close the lid.
And he flushes the toilet. And then looks up at its owner with those German Shepherd eyes.
Wow.
Like, did I do good? Was that good? Did you like that?
Who's a good boy? I'm a good boy.
I'm a good boy,
I
right?
brought the lid down. And
You see me do that with my paw? I flush a toilet.
Didn't even get any pee on the floor or anything. That dog's awesome.
If I sit on that toilet seat and it has that dog.
I know, right?
Dog hair.
No,
That is
Dog
nasty. That's nasty. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you here Monday.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.